In today's tutorial, we're going to create a clean and professional motion typography title step by step. First, we open DaVinci Resolve. Go to the Effects panel at the top. Open the toolbox, then click on Effects, and drag the Fusion composition onto the Edit timeline. Now we move to the Fusion panel. Here you can see we already have a Media Out node. So first, I simply add a background node and connect it with the Media Out node like this. I'll keep this background solid and also leave its color black. Now we start creating our motion design. I add another background node and connect it with the previous background like this. Select background 2, go into the type settings and change it from solid to gradient. Now to create the line shape, I take a B-spline node from here and connect it with the background node like this. Select the B-spline node. In the viewer window we'll create the shape. Before creating the shape, increase the border width from the right side so it becomes easier to draw. You can increase the border width according to your need. I'll keep it around this value. Now create the shape something like a rope or curved line just the way I'm making it here. To make it easier, I right-click in the viewer and turn guides on so we can create the line according to the guides. Now I place the shape inside the first guide window and adjust it like I'm doing here. Once done, right-click again and turn the guides off. Now you can see our shape is ready. Next, we add gradient colors to this shape. Select the background node, pick the first gradient color, and I'll enter the color code #682D74. Then click OK. To add the second color, click in the middle of the gradient bar. A new color point will appear. Pick it and enter the second color code #AA258D, then hit OK. Now for the last and third color, I enter #6A3500 and press OK. You can see now we have a beautiful colorful line. From the left side, adjust the line slightly according to the frame like this. Now we need another similar line. For that, I simply copy the B-spline and background nodes and paste them here. Then connect the copied background with the previous merge like this. Select the copied B-spline node and rotate it from Z rotation. I set it to 180 degrees. Now you can see both lines together create a nice motion design. Now let's animate it. Select the first B-spline node and from the center controls move the line completely outside the frame on the left side. Slightly reduce the viewer size so animation becomes easier. Keep the playhead at the very start and add keyframes on center X and Y. Then move the playhead to around 30 frames and bring the line back into the viewer. I set the center X value back to its default 0.5. Now select the second B-spline node. Keep the playhead at the start again, move this line outside the frame on the right side, and add keyframes on center X and Y. Move the playhead to 30 frames and bring the center X value back to 0.5. Now both lines are animating at the same time. To make the animation smoother, select the first B-spline node, go to the spline editor, enable B-spline, disable polyline and click Fit to Zoom. Select the keyframes, press S and smooth the graph like I'm doing here. Do the same for the second B-spline node. Make sure both animations stay balanced, otherwise the lines won't animate evenly. Now close the spline editor and play the animation. You can see our motion design is now ready. Now let's move to our first text. So first I'll add a new text node and connect it with the previous merge node 2 like this. Now select the text node, go to the text box on the right side and type your text. I'm typing smooth here. Next, let's change the font. I'll select a default font here, Pacifico. Now I'll slightly increase the text size so it looks better on screen. Now right-click on the text box and choose Character Level Styling. Then go into the Modifier tab. From the viewer window you can select any letters you want. I'm selecting only the OO letters here. Once selected, I'll increase their size a bit like this so they stand out. Now go back to the Tools tab and let's animate the text. First, I'll place the playhead around 15 frames. Then go into Layout and from the Y-axis, move the text slightly upward like this. Now add keyframes on both X and Y-axis. After that, move the playhead to around 30 frames. And from the Y-axis bring the text slightly downward. This will create a simple smooth text animation. Next, bring the playhead back to 15 frames and go into Shading. From here, set the opacity to 0 and add a keyframe. Then move the playhead to 30 frames and increase the opacity back to maximum. To smooth the animation, go to the spline editor. Click Fit to Zoom, select the keyframes, press S and smooth the graph like this. Now close the spline editor. Let me play this once so you can preview it. And you can see now our design along with the first text animation is ready. Now let's move on to our second text. First, I'll add a new text node and connect it with the previous merge node like this. Now go to the text box on the right side and type your second text. I'm typing typography here. Next, let's choose a font. Now I'll increase the text size a bit so it looks balanced with our design. Now we'll animate this text. For that, I'll add a rectangle node and connect it with the text node. From the viewer window, adjust the rectangle mask's width and height so it covers the text nicely like this. Now select the text node, place the playhead around 25 frames, go to the layout settings, and from the Y-axis move the text downward so it goes outside the rectangle mask and becomes hidden. Then add keyframes on the center X and Y-axis. After that, move the playhead to around 35 frames and bring the Y-axis back to its default position 0.5. Now you can see the text animating nicely upward into the mask. To smooth the animation, go into the spline editor. Select the keyframes, smooth them like this and then close the spline editor. Now I'll add one more animation to the text. Keep the playhead at around 35 frames, go back to the text settings and add a keyframe on tracking. Then move the playhead to around 45 frames and slightly increase the tracking value like this. I'll keep it around this level so the text stays inside the lines and still looks visually nice. Now you can see our text animation is complete. It looks clean and professional. Let me quickly play it so you can preview the result. And that's it, our second text animation is ready. Now let's move on to our third text node. So first, I'll add a new text node and connect it with the previous merge node like this. Now select the text node, go to the text box on the right side and type your text. Here I'm adding a small descriptive line about typography. This will give our video a more professional look. Next, I'll reduce the text size a bit like this. Then from the viewer window, place the text slightly towards the bottom area. Somewhere around here looks good. Now let's animate this text. For that, I'll place the playhead around 45 frames. From the text settings, go to write on and set the amount to 0 so the text becomes invisible. Then add a keyframe on it. After that, move the playhead to around 90 frames and increase the write on amount to maximum. Now you can see the text animating in a nice typography style. Now you can see the result. Our typography motion title is almost ready. Next, we'll close the lines animation in a rope style, meaning both lines will pass over each other and close together. Now place the playhead around 90 frames. First, select the B-spline node of the first line and add keyframes on the center X and Y axis. Then move the playhead to around 100 frames and from the center X axis push the line outside the frame toward the left side like this. Now come back again to 90 frames, select the second B-spline node, and add keyframes on center X and Y. After that, move the playhead again to 100 frames and from the center X axis push the second line outside the frame toward the right side. Now you can see both lines are moving out of the frame like a rope being pulled away. Next, we'll turn off the first text according to the circle animation. So I'll place the playhead around 92 frames, go into shading and add a keyframe on opacity. Then move one frame forward and set the opacity to 0. Now you can see the first text disappears smoothly along with the circle. Now place the playhead back at 90 frames, select the second text node, and add a keyframe on tracking. Move one frame forward and start decreasing the tracking. Here I'll adjust the tracking frame by frame while watching the circle. As the circle gets smaller, I'll keep reducing the tracking so the text visually follows the same motion. Then around 93 frames, go to shading again and add a keyframe on opacity. Move one frame forward to 94 frames and set the opacity to 0. Now you can see the second text shrinks and fades out nicely with the circle. Now select the third text node. Keep the playhead at 90 frames, go into shading and add a keyframe on opacity. Move one frame forward and set opacity to 0. Now all three texts turn off smoothly along with the lines animation. Next we move to our last text. As soon as the circle closes, I'll introduce a new text. So around 94 frames, I add a new text node and connect it with the previous merge node like this. Now select the text node, go to the text box and type DaVinci Resolve. I'll keep the font Open Sans. Next, slightly decrease the tracking so it looks tighter like this. Then go to shading and set the opacity to 0. Move the playhead to around 95 frames and increase the opacity back to maximum so the text appears. Now go back to the text settings, place the playhead again at 94 frames, and add a keyframe on tracking. Move to 95 frames and slightly increase the tracking. After that, frame by frame I'll keep increasing the tracking a bit more so it feels like while the lines are moving out of the frame, the text is opening up along with that motion. So now everything is done, let me show you the final preview. And you can see here our basic motion typography title is now ready. I hope you liked this tutorial. I really tried to explain everything step by step in the easiest way possible so you can follow along without any difficulty. I hope you can easily create this yourself. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon in the next tutorial.